Welcome everybody to the Snoozers Football Podcast Show.
Week 1, baby. In the
one.
books. Minus one game.
Almost completely in the books.
Minus one game.
Football's back. It was a little ups and downsies, right, Zachary?
Yeah, a little upsies, a little downsies.
You just want to get right into it?
Yeah, dude. What do you want to do? Week 1 recap?
Yeah, let's do a quick
Week 1 recap. Let's start with your Philadelphia Eagles against the New England Bill Belichicks.
I mean, I would have wanted them to do better. I wanted more electric offense, but I will take any sort of win. I mean, we played against Bill Belichick, had an entire offseason to game plan against us, and I think they are going to be a sneaky good defensive team. Yeah, but we took out the win. Not Jonathan Gannon. Holy crap, I almost did.
Tread lightly.
No. Nick Sirianni, he has this thing where he does not start. He doesn't have his starters playing preseason.
Yeah.
And he's already it's like he should just enjoy the win for the time, but he's like, I'm already rethinking it for next preseason because they were rusty, you know.
Yeah. Joe Burrow-esque rusty.
Joe Burrow-esque rusty. Not quite that bad, but no, man, we'll take it. Jalen Carter, our big draft pick, he was a monster on the field whenever he stood up, so it's good. I feel we're 1-0. I'm not as electric as you were after the Lions because we didn't have as impressive of a showing, but
and I actually think you don't have the grit that we have.
We don't. But the Patriots, I don't think are just going to roll over and die in the AFC East. Like
they never do.
I know, but
they really don't.
I feel like last year they kind of did.
But at the same time, like they didn't though. Like they weren't good by any means. Yeah. But like the Patriots being bad is different than like a different team being bad.
You're very right.
Because of the coach.
You're very right.
The moment that Bill Belichick steps through those doors to retire, then they can be like regular bad, I would say. Yep. Like they're always going to be, and I think that's why they were in the game yesterday. It's because of game plan, because of coaching.
100%.
I just know your happiness during the game was like, up, down.
I always am. I had petered. I mean, even it actually came right up to it. I mean, even I think Hurts had that fumble at the end, and they could have sealed it, and they could have beat us, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So we're moving on.
That fourth down was wild too.
We're over. We're done talking about it.
Yeah. Speaking of Joey Burr, next game we're going to break down a little bit the Browns. I put embarrass the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think it was 10-3 most of the game from what I heard.
Right.
I did not watch it. We did watch some Red Zone. But Deshaun Watson, I think, played well enough. Chubb had 100 yards plus running. Browns defense, I think, won the game for them.
Yeah.
And then it was just a tough day for Joey B. But it doesn't matter because he's rich now.
Exactly. So he got his
money
paycheck.
Money can buy happiness.
I know, he got his paycheck. And no, I don't think he can't play in the rain, and I don't think he is phoning it in.
I think it affects it, though, right? It affects it.
100%.
He hasn't played very much. He's been injured.
Yep.
But I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to get better as the season goes on. I definitely don't think everybody's panicking how Joey Burrow's.
His stat line was actually horrific, though.
Yeah, 82 yards or something.
82 yards, 31 attempts. I could trot out there throwing to your ass and do a better stat line. Yeah. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then did you see what Jamar Chase said? So I have to appreciate. So I appreciate when people talk smack, but I also appreciate it even more when they own up to it when the smack does not.
Yeah.
But he called them little ass elves. Did you see that? Apparently in one of the pregame things, Jamar called the Browns little ass elves. Right? I assume because of Brownie.
Yeah,
right?
Brownie. We've talked
in the
about
locker room after the game. They're like, "Oh, how do you feel?" And he's like, "Man, I'm pissed off because I called them little ass elves, and we just lost to those fucking elves."
Yeah.
So it's like he owned up to it.
That's tough.
That's rough. Well, at least he owned up to it.
Yeah, I agree.
That was just a week 1 anomaly, I think. But you had said that the Browns, in a previous episode, could be one that went from last to first, right? Yeah. And I disagreed with that wholeheartedly. I said, "You really think they're going to get past the Bengals?"
Yeah, but I'm not going to take the credit on that. I mean, there was 0% of me yesterday that thought the Browns were going to beat the Bengals. Like I was all in on the Bengals.
But they did.
I don't.
That's crazy.
That was just for our segment. I thought they had the best chance. By no means do I.
Yeah, you didn't have money on it.
Yeah, would think that actually happened. So, I think it was.
They beat them though. They only play them 2 times a year in regular, and boom.
Yep.
They're halfway there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Next game, our Baker Mayfield, Sir Baker Mayfield, beat the Vikings in his debut.
That's crazy.
20-17. So
20-17.
Kirko threw the ball 44 times. His arm is sore today. I know that for a fact.
That's wild.
Jettas had 9 catches for 150, so he was still doing his thing.
He's doing his thing.
And
Addison got a touchdown.
Yep, your boy.
We'll get into that.
And then Minnesota had 3 turnovers, which I think kind of did them in probably altogether. But that was a surprising win by the Bucks. I mean,
you love to see it because you do like Baker Mayfield.
I do like Baker Mayfield. I don't mind the Buccaneers. And anytime the Vikings lose, I'm okay with, just for division purposes.
Oh, yeah, because you're NFC North, yeah.
Yep.
Well, we talked about it, like, last year, they were the flukiest team ever.
Yeah, I agree. 11-0 in one-score games or something, right?
Yeah, ridiculous. So
yeah.
It's a new season, man. Like, maybe. Like,
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Your Colts almost stunned the Jaguars. I thought they were going to. And then they fell apart like a paper boat.
I thought they were going to, too. I was very excited. Out of the 3 rookies, I think Richardson handled himself the best.
Yeah.
And that was super exciting. I said that if they won, I was going to get a Richardson jersey. But I might have. I almost did not put the cold guy up here today. This is Wentz. I almost did not put him up there. But I was like, I gotta rep because he's fun to watch.
I think out of the 3 starters, I saw a stat, him, CJ, Stroud, and Bryce Young. And I think he probably had the best stat line, I would say. Nobody had like a good stat line.
No, but I think he had 240 yards passing, 40 yards rushing, and a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he was the least stinky out of the turds.
Yeah. We'll take that.
So that was a pretty good game. T-Law.
You would have rather had Anthony Richardson yesterday than Joe Burrow, which is a crazy.
Well, I would have rather have a lot of people than Joe Burrow yesterday.
Right, he's the big name.
Trevor Lawrence and Richardson both played well, like we said.
Yep. I'm falling in love with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence and your boy Kelvin.
Calvin Ridley had 101 and a tutty yesterday.
Crazy.
So no surprise to me. I picked him up in every single league that I could that he was available. So, yeah, I mean, he's just going to keep going. You asked me earlier, well, what are they going to do with Christian Kirk? Because Zay Jones had a really good game. And I think right now, obviously, Calvin Ridley far and above is their wide receiver 1.
100%.
No doubt. Going to get the most targets. But I think that second spot may be like a little more open, right? And it's only one game. And you don't know what the defensive scheme was or anything like that, because you really didn't know
anything concrete off of game 1. But
especially with the Jags, because you didn't know what Ridley was, right? You have no game film on him from last year, right?
That's really impressive to take a whole year off of football and perform like that, though.
Yeah, well,
no, he didn't take it off.
Yeah, but, he's a great player. So
bet on himself.
Yeah. Next game that we're going to talk about: 49ers blow out the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I am conflicted on this one because
I could have won a lot of money, because remember I said this was the 3-point spread game, and I said I'm going to take all my money out of my bank account and put it on the 49ers. Yeah. If I would have done that, I would have.
I can't believe that was a 3-point spread. Again, we should have done that because that was obvious. I'm conflicted because it vindicates my feelings that I said in, I think, our first episode, find the lowest person you know on the Steelers, and I'm lower than them. They just don't pass the eye test.
Yeah, I think they're better than what we give them credit for, though. 49ers are going to be a very, very good team.
That's what is stressing me out, is because I'm actually going to the Eagles-49ers game. That's the game I pick. So I go to an Eagles game every year, go out there.
I'm about to buy a CMC jersey right now, and I'll sit across from you in the stadium.
Because I always want fun games. I always want fun, competitive games.
I think it'll be good.
I think it's going to be not good for me because the 49ers are really good.
Or it'll be even worse.
It'll be fun.
And nothing would be better than if they panned on the Jumbotron to a crying Brandon Zufeld in the crowd.
In tears. I think it's going to be good. They're a good team.
Yeah.
I'm sold on them.
Yeah. CMC looked unstoppable, man. Well, he had a $152 and a touchdown.
I don't know if it was a rush or screen pass, but when he did, like, it was it looked like a Madden animation when he spun out of the tackle, the smoothest you've ever seen.
He's smooth, bro. He's fun to watch. That's why he's one of my favorite players on the Panthers.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Somebody told you about him, right? I don't remember.
Everybody knew about Brandon Ayuk. Everybody knew about Brandon Ayuk.
I think somebody told you about him before the season started, and all of a sudden, the guy had. Here, let me check my notes here. 129 and 2 touchdowns.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody breaking in.
Something. But yeah, so next one, Dolphins beat the Chargers in a shootout. That was I wish we would have watched that game.
Yes.
I did not.
We should have watched that game.
Yeah.
If I could have picked any game to have on instead of Red Zone, it probably would have been that game.
Yeah.
It, again, validates everything that I've been saying.
Yeah.
Is that people are sleeping on this Dolphins offense.
Yeah.
And they are, I mean, it just, the Tua to Hill connection is crazy. Tyreek Hill came out and he said he was going to get 2,000 yards this season. I fully believe him. And also to like Tua's credit, so I think Tyreek only had, I think it was like 40 or 50 yards after the catch.
Yeah.
Like he did not, so it wasn't like a lot of people were like, okay, he hits him, on a slant over the middle of the field,
He's just bombing it over the top, dude.
So really impressive, and also to see the Chargers actually stick with it and actually almost finish out a game.
Well, in to a certain extent, even with Jalen Waddle, comparing him to how hard he is to cover with like Travis Kelce. One thing that people don't know is like when you play these guys, now it was the Chiefs, now it's the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You have to play a zone. Like you can't man-to-man these guys.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to run right by you. And when it was Tyreek Hill, when it was Travis Kelce, it was like Kelsey's just so strong and he's just such a mismatch. And Tyreek Hill's just going to blow the top off. So like you have to be in zone.
Yep.
But these other teams know that. Like the Dolphins know that you're going to have to be in zone. And even then, if you're in zone, sometimes that's even tougher because like you're dropping back into your zone.
Yep.
And now Tyreek's got a full head of steam coming straight at you, and like you got to flip your hips,
scary.
and you can't stick with him, dude. He had 215 and 2 touchdowns yesterday.
That's crazy. He's gonna be a problem.
Tua threw for 3 touchdowns and 466. Not a typo. 466.
Tua touchdowns all over, bro. That's the dude.
Yeah, dude.
Are you sipping the Kool-Aid for the Dolphins yet?
I mean, this is the thing with the Dolphins, and they did the same stuff last year. They're fun to watch, right? But I think against a great team is where they're gonna suffer.
Yeah.
Right. Like the Chargers are a good team. They're not a slack, and the Dolphins are gonna probably win 75% of their games,
right? Because
it is against good to bad teams. But when it's the money game, whether it's the playoffs or whether it's whatever, I don't know if they have enough.
Guess we're gonna see,
because they don't have like a true running game, right?
I don't want to say this because it sounds awful, but they are maybe one-dimensional, very good dimension.
Yeah,
but they are one-dimensional.
Yeah. So I think if you find a good team like, in the Chargers secondary, all I know is Derwin James. I don't really know. I think J.C. Jackson, I think, came over from the Patriots.
Wasn't he injured last year, and he's back this year?
So I know the Chargers, like, they have a good team. They have a good defense, but I just am not a firm believer in the Dolphins. I do think they're going to be a good team, right? They're going to win 9 to 10 games and be in the playoffs. But when those playoffs roll around, like,
let's see what happens, right?
Yeah. And then double surprise games yesterday. Rams blow out the Seahawks and the Packers spank the Bears.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it's kind of
egg on our face with the NFC North rankings. The Bears just look bad. It looks like they don't know what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it just a masterclass. Jordan Love is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, he's going to haunt the Chicago metro area for the next 15 years, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Bears fans just can't catch a break.
They can't catch a break.
And it's like, I mean, I'm in the same boat, I guess, but it seems like it's worse for Bears fans because I don't think there was anybody that thought that the same hype for the Lions would be for the Bears. But as a Bear, like putting myself in the Bears fans' shoes, like with how much money they spend and everything,
And they're moving. They're being active in the draft. They're getting.
I think you have to be excited.
I told you I was in
Bears
Chicago
fan.
when they had a preseason game.
You were the
going
biggest
on.
Bears fan.
I was the biggest
for a
Bears
day.
fan, and I'm out now. But I might be the biggest. So Pete Carroll's a good coach.
Yeah.
Seahawks are a good team.
Yeah.
Rams. So. Ram was on everybody's short list of teams that are kind of going through a rebuild. Kind of like they're up there with the Cardinals. And the Rams won by throwing to, I don't even know his name. I learned his name last night.
Yeah, Nacho guy.
It's crazy.
Peter Nachos.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So they still got it. McVay still got it. Stafford, your boy Stafford, still has it.
So I think in the NFL you can kind of look at certain things, right? And that's like, if you have a good head coach, you're immediately in a game.
That's pretty important. But
I'm saying that puts you in the game usually, right? Yep. If you have a good quarterback, I think that puts you even more in the game, right? Stafford's a good quarterback. And then I think if you have a good defense, which obviously like the Rams have Aaron Donald, he can put a lot of pressure on a quarterback, and that can really disrupt a lot of things, i.e. Cowboys, Giants, which, we'll get to that. But a good
it allows them to
line.
Punch above their weight class despite what the rest of the roster looks like, right?
Well, and we talked about it with the Lions and Chiefs, but it's extending plays, right? So if you've got a good secondary, it doesn't matter if you don't get a pass rush, because the longer those guys have to cover, the harder it is. I don't care if you've got all pros back there.
Yep.
Like if that goes from a 3 to 4 second coverage and that play breaks down to a 7-8 second coverage,
all bets are off, right?
Exactly. And that's what Patrick Mahomes is so successful at, right? So if you get a good upfront rush, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Right, that 3 to 4 seconds maybe turns into 2 seconds, and now all of a sudden that quarterback's scrambling.
I don't think we appreciate how quick that is.
Yeah,
that's wild.
So you can cover up bad coverage. So even if the Rams aren't as solid as they maybe were with Jalen Ramsey on that back end, having Aaron Donald up front definitely helps out the back end more than people realize. So surprising, but we'll see how the Seahawks respond coming into Detroit next week.
Oh, God, that's right. That is right.
We'll see. But, I mean, people might be out on the Seahawks if we put a spanking on them, too.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. All right, next question here. Well, we want to do a little Jets-Bills preview, but right before we started, we don't even know if they're going to play. Bad weather.
Yeah, actually. Shelter in place at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
So obviously this will probably go up on Spotify and TikTok and stuff tomorrow. So we could look like idiots, but that's crazy.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of weather turns out. Who do you like tonight? Let's hypothetically say they play. It's bad weather. It's raining. Jets, Bills.
Again, there's no scientific data. There's no stats or anything. Operating simply off of vibes, I have to go Jets. I think there was a segment where we talked about, I think the divisions and stuff. Actually, maybe you even talked about is the Bills not being as hot as they are, and it's just like I'm kind of just out on the Bills. What's his nuts? Diggs, apparently. There's locker room rumors that he's not too happy there, wants a trade or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I mean, Josh Allen had an injury last season. The defense is just getting older, and it just seems like this. Like I've heard this story for the last 2 or 3 seasons. It's the Bills, and it just seems kind of tired. And now you get the new shiny, sexy toy that is the Jets, and they have a very young group powered by a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm taking the Jets. It sounds exciting. What's your...
So I'm going to go off of what you just said, right? The new sexy toy. And what could you, equate that to? Like a new car, right?
Yeah.
What happens when you get in a new car? You don't know what all the buttons do. You don't know what you have, right? You spend a lot of money.
You were hyped for. You set me up.
You spend a lot of money on that new car, but you don't know what this button does, and you don't know what this button does. That's the Jets. That's the Jets' offense. I'm taking the Bills, baby.
Are you crazy?
I'm taking the Bills.
That you had that so Because it wasn't an easy decision. You went with your gut, and you had that up there in your hole for all day.
Now,
and you're like, I hope he picks the Jets.
Now, I don't know what week they play again, but I think I could be completely flipped.
Yeah.
Right? And I think both teams are going to be good.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and I'm getting excited.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to be good. But I think simply week one, you don't know what buttons to push and what to do. And that Jets offensive line, from the word of Aaron Rodgers, what the hell are we doing? How's this guy keep coming unblocked? Verbatim. So tonight I'm going to take the Bills. Well, that's easy.
But the New York Jets have my boy Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, they do. And I think that's going to do wonders for him. It just might not be tonight. Maybe it will be tonight. Maybe he has a great game. But I think just the familiarity of the Bills.
You want to bet lunch?
Yeah, I'll bet lunch. Just a straight bet. I don't know what the spread is.
But if I win, I get a nicer lunch.
Well, that's not true.
Because the Bills are favorite.
The Jets are at home.
Yeah, but they're Vegas says so. Nicer lunch.
Well, let's see. Let's see what the spread is.
I didn't care about the spread. We're just doing straight money line.
I have to check because you want a nicer lunch than what? What are you talking, like McDonald's to Arby's?
Yeah, the upgrade. While you try
Buffalo minus 2.5. Yeah, we'll just make it straight up.
We'll just make it straight up. Okay. Lunch tomorrow.
Okay.
Done. If football happens tonight,
I'll take the Bills.
You have a little thing here on the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Whose fan base do you think is hitting the panic button already?
Me on my fantasy team.
The Ramondre Giants.
The Ramondre Giants. I'm just about to. I'm going to change it to some generic. Just some generic fantasy.
What you need to change it to is the Glizzy Gobbler, because you're going to be getting last place and eating all those hot dogs
in 3 hours. I can do it. I can do it.
No way.
Whose fan base do I think is hitting the panic?
And I put 3 on here.
You put 3.
I put the Giants, who we didn't really talk about actually.
No,
we're going to catch some flack for not talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Cowboys on this podcast.
Yeah,
sorry, Haley.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got specifically asked to talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys, what was it? Is it 40-0? I turned it off at 26-0.
Yeah, it was off 40-0.
The Giants fan base after getting embarrassed on Sunday night. The Bears, the Seahawks, or maybe even another team.
Right.
So let me know what you think.
I think the Cardinals even played yesterday. I think Cardinals already cash it out, right?
I don't think they panicked because I don't think they had any expectations. Right?
I would have to say it's going to be the Giants. So I was up between the Giants and the Bears. At least the Bears, they still have draft capital next year. They have exclusively draft capital because they kind of moved some picks around in order. Yeah. I think they're not married to Justin Fields, and they have this season to figure out what Justin Fields is. Yeah. And so they can panic for the season, but they can't panic long term. I think the Giants can panic long term because they extended Daniel Jones. Saquon is on, I think, just a franchise tag or even or 1 year. So he's going. I don't want to consider them in the win now mode, but I know some Giants fans. I know some Giants fans. I work with one. I went to high school with one. He's always messaging me, and I think they're down pretty bad right now.
Who's a Giants fan at work?
Alec.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. He wore the Saquon jersey.
Yep.
And I didn't say one word to him today about it.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I hope he's still downstairs when we're done.
He probably will be.
Oh, well.
So who do you think? Who do you think's?
Just two. I mean, I think you hit it right on the head. I feel like the Giants probably are going to panic more than anything, right? Because it's like, not only do you have the Cowboys in your division, but you have the Eagles, who could just as well do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? And Washington's not great, but they're good. And I think my big concern was just the offense last night, dude.
Anemic.
It just
nothing
was horrible.
Cannot get anything going.
To the point where, like, and their receivers are thin. Like, thin. They drafted Hyatt. I don't think he did anything last night.
I don't.
I'll be honest. Like, I didn't even really check the stats, but, like, I just, man, like, and they had expectations. Stable second year. They won a playoff game last year against maybe another fan base that might be panicking, the Vikings, because they lost to the Bucks.
Vikings would be
like, they should have won that game. But, no, I think Giants clearing above. I think the Bears, I would be a little worried if I was the Seahawks fans, but they've got enough, like, skill on that team.
Did they extend Geno?
I think they gave him a small deal.
Yeah, I think like a 2 year or something like that.
Very small
like
deal,
crazy.
like a team favorable deal. But they've got the
I
guys.
always say like small deal, like we would not take any sort of.
We're started Brock Purdy's salary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we already tried to get Brock
Purdy's salary and go north.
Yeah,
and we're in there somewhere. At some point. So, all right.
It feels good to talk about actual football with you.
I know, dude. It's wild.
We've not talked about it at all today.
Yeah.
At all.
No. Banter ban. Yep. All right, we got a new segment, a reoccurring segment.
You came up with it. You were pretty proud about this.
I did, and I like the name too. So we're going to move into every time that we have a podcast, though you ask the other person questions that they don't know, anywhere from probably 1 to 2 questions, just outside of football even, just to maybe get to know us a little more, and we'll see where it goes. So I came up with the questions today because you couldn't figure out 2 questions because it's super hard apparently.
I was not aware really that we were doing it in this one, so I had no time. Are we calling it sleep talk or pillow talk?
Either one. I put sleep talk.
Pillow talk?
We can do pillow talk.
Or sleep talk.
Either one. We'll figure it out next episode.
Whoever comments first, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So you have the power.
Yeah.
Bo Clay Davis.
All right. So, first question: who is your? You're gonna answer 1 and 2, and then I'll answer 1 and 2. Who is your favorite musical artist, and a place that you would like to visit?
Oh, are we just getting to know each other?
Yeah, they're just random questions. You didn't think they were going to be football questions.
I thought they were going to be football questions.
I just said that they're not football questions.
No way. Oh, I didn't. I missed that.
You listen like somebody that's missing their ears.
Well, because I thought I thought you were going to be like, I was getting ready for like trivia, like Donovan McNabb. I don't know.
Every time I take a drink, I think I spill on my shirt.
That's fine.
Yeah, dude.
No. What was the question again? Now I got to revert. I got to rewire my brain. This is going well. It's like speed dating.
I'd never date you. Your favorite musical artist.
That's rough.
And where a destination where you'd like to go.
Okay. God, favorite musical artist. It really depends. Like I always jump. I listen to everything except that's what people say.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to say Eminem. Which is like, so hang on. This is good. It's probably Eminem. I'm a white guy from Michigan.
Yeah.
But I've never seen 8 Mile. And I'm in like the top like 0.001% of Spotify listeners for Eminem. It's my hype up. I just enjoy it, and I've never seen 8 Mile.
I think if we went and made everybody in the entire world do a survey, there's not another person on this earth that's never seen The Blind Side, Remember the Titans, and 8 Mile. If you're out there, let us know.
One of one, baby. I'm one of one.
I'll happily say that I'm wrong, but I would put a great amount of money that everybody in the entire world has seen one of those movies, except you.
Whoever has it might be my soulmate. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
And I always forget which one it is, either Scotland or Ireland. They're different.
Don't ask.
The place with
Yes, they are different.
The place with beer and rolling hills, and it's always overcast, so I don't get sunburned.
I think it's Ireland.
That sounds like Ireland.
You look
I'm very pale today.
Yeah.
Why do you think you sit underneath the light?
Don't. You're gonna start a whole nother Bermuda Triangle thing with us, dude.
I'll wash right out. So Ireland or Scotland, whichever one's. That's good. What are yours?
I would probably say my favorite musical artist would probably be Drake. And the place that I'd like to go would probably be London.
Ooh, London's good. Why are you looking at me all creepy? London, I'd like to go to London.
Drake, London.
Oh no, it was bait. We got one more. Was that all a setup just for the Drake?
So for you guys that don't know, Brandon started Drake London on his team this past weekend, and he got as many points as if Brandon was out there playing wide receiver. 0.00 points. And I've been sitting on that all day.
That's an all-timer. I feel absolutely flabbergasted.
Yeah, you walked right into my trap, man.
Fuck, that was strong.
But to be fair, like Drake really is one of my old Drake.
Old Drake, not new Drake.
Not
Hotline Bling, he lost you.
Yeah.
And would you actually go to London?
In a heartbeat.
Drake London stat line was 0 for 1. He only got targeted once. He didn't catch it. And what's even worse is that he had less catches than Desmond Ritter. So
he's the quarterback.
He's the quarterback that's supposed to be supplying.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know why I drafted him. I was freaking out. I could have reached for anybody. I could have I'm so mad. They run the Navy offense. I said it. They just have like 6 running backs. And do you know what Arthur Smith is a son of a bitch because he hates fantasy football. And afterwards, do you know what he said in the press conference? He always does this. They were asking about Drake London's usage in the offense, and he's like, "We don't care about fantasy football." He said, "Don't care about his usage." He's like, "Did we win? Yeah, okay, boom." It's like,
better remember that next year, dude.
Arthur Smith.
I loved every second of that.
Wow.
Which takes us into our next segment.
I'm so mad at you.
Fantasy recap. How's your team doing?
My team's not doing great. My team is not doing great. Obviously, I started Drake London. Awful. Ramondre Stevenson actually turned. I watched the entire Eagles game, Eagles-Patriots game, and I don't know how he got points, but he did get points. I think he put up like 15, but not what I want. Saquon Barkley, did you watch the game? Hurts had some rust on him. He only got, I think, like 12 or 14 fantasy points. It's his lowest. I think it's his second lowest fantasy game ever in a game that he started. So, of course, why wouldn't he? TJ Hawkinson did something, I suppose. DK Metcalf did not do much. I am full on panic mode.
So that's who should be the panic button for the fan base. You said that earlier. The Ramondre Giants.
Yep.
I cannot say
Ramondre the Giant.
Ramondre the Giant.
Yeah. Mid.
Very mid. Nice, dude. So you're going to be 0-1. You're just in one league, right? Our league?
Yes.
That's all you can handle? And you
somehow
figured out how to fuck that up,
I can't even handle that. And I didn't start Michael Thomas, who did something, I guess.
That
I still don't
I
think
can't blame you for. I mean...
Jordan Addison got a touchdown.
He did.
I think that was my one player.
Yep.
How's your fantasy team going, you smug son of a bitch?
Well, I'm in 5 leagues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the one that matters.
Okay. Well, in all 5 of my leagues, I'm going to be 5-0, so...
We're surprised. You're on a football podcast. You're good at fantasy football.
You know, just like Dan Campbell said, I didn't learn anything new. I just verified what I already knew.
You're the Lions. I'm the Chiefs. You don't have the stamina. You got one flashy win. You got one flashy win. I'm going to ram it down your throat.
5-0, dude.
I'm going to trade.
I won 5
Drake
times
London.
more games than you did. 500%.
I'm tanking this season.
For draft picks that we don't have.
And 24 Glizzards. Let's go.
That's all you want is just 20. You're just trying to get some free Glizzards.
Free goddamn lunch.
All right. Well, I mean, we did the quick fantasy recap. Do you want to do overperformers, underperformers? You want to move into the 2?
Let's move into the 2 because we can do. Let's see how tonight goes because the week's not done yet.
Yeah.
So let's see how Monday goes, and then we can set up our. So overperformers your team, underperformers my team. Segment done.
It's just we just do our rosters.
Roster. Put them up there just like we did last time.
Man,
you got 2 little graphics here.
Don't you have 2 graphics? Or?
I do.
That's crazy. That we have the same thing on a shared iPhone Note.
It does look better without the line.
Okay, so this is tremendously better. This is a graphic for the most loyal NFL fan bases.
Yeah.
And this is put out this is according to Canada Sports Betting. What does Canada know about football?
I don't know if this is like people like betting like on their favorite. I don't know how.
What does this say down in the corner? Washington Commanders not included due to low keyword search
volume. So it probably be.
So there's only 31 teams. We'll put the graphic up though.
Yeah.
As you guys can kind of see on this graphic, the Bengals number 1, your Philadelphia Eagles number 2. There are some issues
We're
that
not
I
going
have.
down the whole
No. And I was just gonna say number 10, my Lions. which I have some issues, but I also like. I'm gonna like preface this by saying that I think this list is kind of bullshit. Like, there's some teams on here, not even my own teams, but like just some things, and I'll go over what I like think is just ridiculous. First of all, let me find Green Bay Packers number 22.
No way.
Yeah,
No way.
those are the most. That's like one of the most loyal fan bases.
They're owned by the fans.
Yeah.
It's their damn team.
Like I think they'd have to be like top 5. Jacksonville Jaguars are in the top 5.
And an expansion team? Like,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah. So I don't mind the top 4. Bengals, Eagles, 49ers, Bills. I think
Bengals
Packers.
is weird as number 1.
I've experienced Houday Nation
Oh.
firsthand.
Yeah.
So 2 years
What
ago.
did the Saints say? Who dat?
That's the thing. There's a.
Bengals are who dey?
Yeah. And then the Saints are something almost the same.
Who dat? Or maybe that's a Brees thing. Go on.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, I was at the infamous Titans-Bengals game where the Bengals won on the last-second field goal.
Okay.
So I was at that game,
Okay.
up in the nosebleeds, and in Nashville.
It's crazy.
And the Bengals fans were heavy there.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of them. And after the game, they won. And if you've ever been in Nashville, like, you got to walk across like the big bridge that goes over the river there. And the whole time, they're just continuous. Who gonna beat the Bengals? No. I was about to jump off the bridge. It was driving me nuts. I slaughtered that. But
So they're
valid number
I'm
one.
gonna get that as a bin. That's gonna be my goddamn ringtone.
They are a valid
I don't
number
believe
one.
the LA Chargers at 14. The joke is that
They just moved there, bro.
I know.
And the Rams.
The joke is like they play 17 away games because
Yeah.
like did you see that graphic? Or not that graphic, but there was a Twitter video of it was the Dolphins game and it was at SoFi, right?
Yeah.
It was like they were in Miami. It was crazy. So there's no way. I'm out on that.
I think the Browns are a little silly down at 31. Who do you think should be 31?
Who should be 31? The one that
Yeah.
people most jump ship from?
The most unloyal fan base.
The most unloyal fan base. I saw a name on here. You're going to give me a hot take, and then you're going to roast me on something.
No, I'll never.
I saw a name on here, and I was like, why is that so low? Why is that so low? But then I sold myself on why.
Okay.
Was most of the New England Patriots fan base just a Tom Brady fan base, and they all jump ship to the Buccaneers?
They are a little unloyal.
They're a little bandwagony.
Yeah, I think
Right?
that you do have. And this is the thing. Is
there an argument there?
Yeah, anybody that's like an actual fan of these teams is easily going to say, yeah, well, we should be number one. Like, I know a bunch of people that are loyal fans. Well, every fan base has loyal fans, but I think it's like, who's the quickest to jump ship, right? I think that's a great point.
I would say the quickest to jump, besides New England, right there. I don't know, just Falcons? Is Drake London hurt me in some way? I feel like
Atlanta's a very prideful city, dude.
All right, you have the right answer. What is it?
I know I do. I was just waiting for you to pass the sticks over. I think, and I may catch some flack for this, I think the most unloyal fan base, and this is like if you were to go to a game and ask, like, is this your favorite team? Like, I think it's the Tennessee Titans, bro.
Yeah, forgettable.
But the reason is because there's so many people that live in Nashville that like aren't from there. So like a lot. You're not bringing like
it's a melting pot.
Yeah, which to be fair, like I'm number one for that. Like I lived in Tennessee for a short time. Like
yeah, sounds like it. You keep saying you went to a whole bunch of Titans games.
Yeah, and I do. I like the Titans. Like I have Titans gear. Like
I'm so fucking mad at you for the Drake London bit.
But like I'm not like a Tennessee Titans diehard, but I'm a fan, so I'm not like loyal to them.
I guess you're right.
Right? So like I think like people go there, they move there and they're like, "Oh yeah, we like the Titans. We live here." And then in 3 years they move and then
I like that.
Yeah, so I think that would be.
The Titans are the most forgettable team ever before Derrick Henry, by the way.
And there are some very loyal Tennessee fans. Even in Nashville itself is a very prideful city.
All 4 of them are going to see this video.
So
we'll post this and tag us in Nashville.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys to a certain extent. So
they're super loyal.
I think that they have. I think a majority of them are very, very loyal. I have a good friend. My friend Isaiah.
We don't talk about the Cowboys on this podcast.
Well, he's a big fan of the Cowboys, so I have to shout him out. He is a loyal fan.
Yeah.
He's been a Cowboys fan since I've known him, and he'll stay a Cowboys fan. But I think they're also one the Lakers.
I feel like they're grandfathered in. I feel like all Cowboys fans are because their dad watched them.
Yeah.
But
I think there's something to that though, right? So I think that they're kind of one of those that kind of people jump on and off. But the Rams Chargers I think should be a little bit lower. The Rams were the Los Angeles Rams. They moved to St. Louis and they moved back.
Chiefs is bullshit. Chiefs is bullshit because I feel like they just got I don't know.
I think they're one of those. They're like a secluded team though. I think a secluded team in the area, you have loyal fans. Because that's what they have.
That's how they're raised. Geography.
That's how they're raised.
Yep.
Right.
That's all you know.
So
that's all we got.
I think even to a certain extent, Buffalo is kind of the same way. They're not.
Yeah.
They're kind of off to the west.
Yeah, there's no teams in New York.
Yeah. Well, they're all in New Jersey.
East Rutherford, New York Giants.
I mean, the Browns. I feel like the Browns are.
I feel like they were super loyal. I feel like they've been through hell and back, and they're even with Deshaun and stuff.
If you're a Browns fan, you've been a Browns fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony Haluska. He's a big Browns fan. Die hard.
Oh, does he watch?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That'd be cool.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
The Saints, I think that's kind of a
That's who that. They're pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got some Saints fans in my extended family.
I think that there's no right or wrong answers in this, right? It's just a list that we could randomize every time.
Chargers is wrong.
Okay.
What's your next graphic? We've not even went over this.
No, we haven't. Well, it's somebody else's. So we're going to shout you out, Jake. It's Jake Ellenbogen's.
Ellenbogen.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I think so.
Yeah. So these are his predictions. We'll put his graphic up that he made.
We'll throw him up. That's free exposure, Jacob.
We want to just make sure that we get the right person tagged in this. We don't. We don't want to get canceled.
We're not trying to get canceled, Jacob.
So these are Jake's 2023 NFL standing projections, and I think if we ask Jake today, he might have a little bit of a different answer.
There might be some movement.
Yeah, so we're gonna look at what he picked and kind of dissect that. I think he's got some really good picks. I think he's probably got some picks that he would agree probably aren't as good.
Yeah.
So I'll.
You want me to lightning round it?
Yeah, I'll pass you the sticks and see what you say. I would just say things that you would disagree with.
Right. So I think AFC East, I think he's shaking in his boots a little bit after seeing the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But that obviously comes down to, Jets and Bills tonight, so we won't get into that too much.
Yeah.
The Steelers, there's no way Steelers are second in AFC North now. I'm sorry, Jacob.
Yeah. And to be fair, this was made before the season started. We kind of have the benefit
But I knew what was going on with the Steelers beforehand.
Allegedly.
Some say I've always known.
Yeah. But yeah, we have the benefit of watching week one and then criticizing you, Jake. So
then we can act like we're geniuses because
so we
hindsight's
definitely
2020. Come on, Jacob.
Definitely not. So
AFC South, I like the Jags. AFC West. Why is that Chargers logo so huge? I really think his big mess up right now is with the Giants. I know the Giants had a lot of hype coming into the season, but in no earthly world could I put the Giants above the Cowboys. They are a very complete unit.
After last night.
And then Green Bay, we will say, Jacob, we were down on Green Bay as well, but Jordan Love might be him, which is concerning. And I think everything else checks out. San Francisco, I hate to say it, and Chiefs, I hate to say it, but they're good. They're good. Yeah. So Jacob, I actually agree with most of it.
And he's got the playoff predictions in there too. He has the Dolphins missing out.
Wow. Which is crazy.
Yeah, so I think that's
but it's kind of hard to shove three people from one division unless it's the NFC East
I think it. And he's got the Steelers very high. Maybe Jake's a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
But Jake seems to be very, very high on the Steelers with the 5th seed. But I seem to think, like, even then, like, the Dolphins, I think.
Oh, he has 3 AFC Norths in there. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you see who he has as number 1 in NFC?
My man, Jake.
That's my boy. You just primed it up. You picked this out. Just, Jacob, come get your house cat.
Number 1 seed, baby.
This could age so well.
I always just have it off to the side just in case.
Just in case.
Just for things like that. But yeah, Jake's got the number 1. How about I'll do the NFC with the playoffs. So, the Giants O-line is made of Swiss cheese. I don't think they're going to get in, obviously, after last night. The Lions, I think, are number 1 for sure.
Falcons at 7, spicy.
Falcons at 7 is spicy. I mean, Panthers didn't look great yesterday.
No.
I don't think that they'll make the playoffs or even win that division. I do like San Francisco in the NFC West. I want to see what the Rams are. I feel like the Rams team is made of glass. So,
but if they stay healthy, sneaky good? Is that what we say now?
I think so.
Yeah.
With McVay, Stafford.
Yep. God, McVay's just so good. He can draw it up in the dirt and just figure it out.
If Cooper Kupp's hamstrings.
Do you see the Jets trying to trade for Stafford?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
That report came out.
From who?
Like Dov Kleiman or something like that. Like an actual source.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Not like MF Football on Twitter that always posts fake news. Like an actual
the one where you always get bamboozled?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, no, I think Jake did really well. I think before yesterday I would agree more, especially like the Giants, Cowboys. We obviously have the benefit of knowing that the Cowboys spanked the Giants 40-0. I think that we have the benefit of seeing the Panthers not doing well. I think it's impressive Jake hit that 10 for 7.
The Cardinals. What have the Cardinals done to you, Jacob?
No, I want to play a game on here. Jake's got them going 1 for 16 or 1 in 16.
I want to know who that win is.
That's what I'm going to their schedule right now.
I want to know Jacob. I want to know who they're beating. Yeah, I want to know who you're so low on. That's the lowest team is beating.
Jake, we need your take on who you think. So looking at they play the Giants next week. What is the way they look?
Okay, there's the win.
So, but honestly, dude, it's like they have the Giants and they have the Cowboys, 49ers, Bengals, Rams.
Gauntlet.
Seahawks, Ravens, Browns, Falcons, maybe the Texans.
Falcons, Texans, or Giants, probably.
No, yeah. Cardinals, Steelers, Niners, Bears, Eagles, Seahawks again. I think it's got to be maybe Houston, which if it's Houston, oh, doggy, they're starting off. That's
rough.
Yeah, they're like 0-10, which is what the Lions
could we get a rare winless season? After seeing that, I'm selling myself.
I don't think so, dude. It's so hard, dude.
Or somebody could have a seed locked up, like you go down.
The Seahawks or the Eagles.
Yeah, like Eagles could have it clinched, or 49ers could have it. Well, no, that's way too early, but still.
You never know, dude.
You never know, bro.
You never know. All right. Well, whatever you say, Jake. I want to know what you think.
Jacob, who's the loss? I need to know.
No, who's the win? There's 16 losses.
Yeah, but no, who's losing?
Buffoon. This guy's gonna think we're an idiot.
I like your last name.
Ellen.
Speed dating. We went over it earlier. Ellen Bogan?
Yeah.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I agree. That's a weird take from you.
It just rolls like Ellen Bogan. I like it.
Yeah, it could be a lady's name. A lady's full name. Ellen Bogan.
Alan Jake Bogan?
Could be.
Alan Bogan Jake.
Okay, we're done. Next thing.
I think that's all we got. That's not all we have. Oh. No, what? So
you have notes right in front of you.
I know, but I like to add the mystique.
It just looks like we don't know what we're doing.
That's kind of our thing. I don't really know about football.
You don't really know how to draft. You really don't know.
I'm just here. Are
your shoes on the right feet?
2 left shoes, baby. 2 left feet. I'm just here because I have a good laugh. I've been told. So.
Yeah, somebody said that our whole podcast is just you laughing the entire time.
And I love that for us.
Side note, have you ever seen that it was this is completely off topic, but you have to look it up.
So was the Drake London thing.
Well, it was actually right on topic. It just was a.
What do I gotta do?
So there was this show where they invited all these people on a panel, and they all had very unique, weird laughs.
Really?
It was like a UK show, like a talk show, and they invited all these people without them knowing, apparently. And then like one person started laughing, and it was just a wildly crazy laugh.
Really?
And then it like was just a domino effect.
I love that.
Look it up. It's the it's the funniest thing.
It's still going on if they're casting.
Yeah.
You know how to find me.
You can be on there.
I have big news.
Okay.
I have not even told you this. And this might, I don't know, like, I know some people do podcasts and stuff over, like, Zoom. Like,
yeah.
You know, like if we were ever separated.
Not in person.
God forbid. Yeah, but if we were ever, like, separated, if we could not get in the room together, right?
Yeah.
We'd have to do it digital. I think I'm moving to Belding, Michigan.
You might be the mayor these days, bud.
Those cats are cool, man. They are.
We love Belding.
We love Belding.
My people.
That's your people,
My
right?
people,
you
man.
come from it. You got
Yes,
the helmet
sir.
and everything.
Yes, sir, dude. My
Just
people, man.
Uproarious bunch. Holy cow. I was like, there's no way I can say that.
They absolutely love us over in Belding.
Black Knights,
baby.
Used to be Redskins? It sounds like. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about Belding. We don't like Greenville?
We don't like Greenville, no. We don't play them anymore.
I can't wait to put this up. I love those guys.
Yeah, so, yes, they love us, hopefully. We love you guys. So, big shout out to Belding again. They're 2-1. They put a hurtin' on Hopkins Vikings,
Really?
45-0 last week. They're 2-1.
Typical Vikings.
They're going to Comstock Park this week to play the Panthers. Shout out Ryan Shaw.
Let's go Belding. Let's go Black Knights.
Ryan Shaw's Comstock Park Panthers.
I am a distant observer and lifelong fan now.
Dude, we'll give you residency.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, we'll see.
And
We're attending a game. Are you going this weekend? Or this week?
this is big news.
Yeah. We're attending a game. Well, and this is the
In
other.
the flesh?
Well, first, yes. Well, I'll be attending. I don't know if you're going to come with me or not, but I will be attending a Belding game. I'm not going to tell you which one yet, but I will be at one of the Belding games.
Holy cow.
Yep, it'll be fun. So,
No, but we are going.
You're
to
going.
This
Mona
Friday.
Shores.
We're going to Mona Shores,
Mona Shores,
Muskegon.
baby. We got some friends.
We got some friends, and we're gonna go check it out. Actually, one of our good friends, Andrew Baker, actually, Young Buck was he's I think linebacker and tight end for Shores.
Running back, I think.
He was everywhere.
Yeah.
He had 14 tackles last week.
Yeah.
Absolute ballistic.
Yep.
So we're gonna go to that game. We
Yep.
got some friends, and we're
Big
gonna
win.
go.
They're 2-1 as well.
We should have merch worked up by then.
We should.
We should. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a little booth.
Go Sailors. Sailor Nation.
Sailor Nation, rise up, dude.
There you go. I love it. Football's back, baby.
Football's back, baby. College, NFL, high school, we're all over it.
Who do we want to thank before we play the music?
I do want to, the Belding folks, dude. They really lifted us up.
Yes. Thank you, Belding. That was actually a lot of fun.
Yep, we appreciate you guys.
We were going off. Thank you.
Saved my heart. But once again, what Dan Campbell said, I didn't learn anything new.
It just validated what we already thought or knew. Something like that.
Just validation.
No thank you to Arthur Smith and his bullshit hijinks. No thank you to Drake London. Thank you to the Jerry Jones hologram that now lives in my house. That's it. That's all I got.
Dude. We appreciate you guys, man. Until next time.
Do the best music impression you can of our music.
I can't, dude.
He goes, boom, 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 boom. Right?